Hello. It's been a while since I came and shared some information with you, but it's been Christmas and I've had my family over and it's been really beautiful just to kind of take some time out and chill. Needless to say, I ran a class the other day that I really wanted to share the information with you. There's not that much info, but I really think it's going to help you as we start to reset ourselves, our mindsets, and our intentions for the new year. So the class was all about detoxing the body, the mind, any sorts of habits that we have, but also resetting. And so in this class, I taught a little bit of yoga where we did quite a few twists, left and right twists, just to help with the detox process. But also along with that, I used essential oils, of course. The oils that I used, I only used 4 predominantly. I mean, I had others that were going on throughout the class, but I wanted to share those with you and also give you the same offer that I hosted as part of the class offering to you guys, because I realized that whilst everyone at the class really enjoyed and benefited from this offer, that there was one class that didn't go ahead. And so along with recording this particular video for those people as well, I wanted to share it with everyone. So without further ado, the detox and reset formula that I have been using. So please know that everything that I'm talking about now is just relevant for me and what I'm going to be doing and what I have already started as from this morning doing. You can begin to do this from the beginning of January. I know that doTERRA have, the other day I ordered something and it was during the Christmas season and they delivered it within 2 days. So they're pretty incredible. There's no guarantees, but just know that if you wanted to start the new year with these oils, that if you get cracking, you may have that by the first week of the year, which is really great. So the oils that and I'll just get my notes. This is one that doesn't really get mentioned much as part of the detox process, but I'm using her a lot, and her name is Helichrysum. So I don't know if a lot of you know how to use Helichrysum. It's one of the more expensive oils. I'm not going to lie to you. It only comes in a little 5 ml bottle. You do not need a lot, like a little goes a long way. And one of the main ways that I use Helichrysum is for my skin. So after the silly season, I've had a lot of, like I said, my family here, and we're Spanish. So we've been eating a lot of sweets and drinking a lot of wine, which my body's not really used to, right? And so my skin, it's looking really good right now. Yeah, and that's because I started with this one before they arrived. You can see my Helichrysum is half empty, and I reckon it's because I've been, blending my frankincense and my Helichrysum in a little serum. So traditionally, if you've been following some of my posts, you'll know that I use as my serum my lavender, frankincense, and my fractionated coconut oil in a little bottle, and that's my serum, right? And as blue tansy became available, I started to put that on it in the evenings, which is really great. But at the beginning of December, I wanted to give my skin a bit of a boost, knowing that different types of foods have effects on my body, and I want to make sure that my skin stays really beautiful and clean and fresh. So adding some Helichrysum to my frankincense and my lavender has been, I reckon, my lifesaver. So I take my bottle. Actually, I wonder if I have it down here. Just one sec. We're going to see. Yeah. This is it. So this is I don't even know how much. This is an amber bottle. I've filled it with fractionated coconut oil, and then I drop in my frankincense. So in a bottle that's this size, I've probably put in 20 drops of each, right? Now, as you know, less is more. So you could put in 5 drops of each, 5 drops of Frankie, 5 drops of lavender, 5 drops of Helichrysum. I've put 10 drops of Frankie, 10 drops of lavender, and 5 drops of Helichrysum. Right, so I've just kind of dropped that in there and just use it as my facial my facial serum. So this is the way that I'm cleansing my skin and resetting it, supporting it throughout the period of the year where I know I'm kind of doing things that I wouldn't normally do. So really supporting my skin. I did find some really interesting notes on Helichrysum, and I'm going to post that just below. I put in a couple of blog posts that I found from doTERRA themselves. But, you know, one of the main things that you'll read about Helichrysum is that it's really restorative for the skin. So you can purchase a little bottle of Helichrysum. Like I said, a little goes a long way. All right. So that's the first little guy. The second little guy that I was going to talk about is Rosemary. Now, I've got some notes here about Rosemary. I'm sure that you've used it before, and if you haven't, please do yourself a favor. She is just amazing. Oh, she's so good. So rosemary is a very, very versatile oil. It's obviously well known for its culinary uses, so you can add it to your food and all those sorts of things. But did you know that rosemary is used to create a relaxing environment, and also helps to relax your muscles? I've got this video just balancing on a chair. My house is a little bit of a mess at the moment. Like, my family literally left at 3 a.m. this morning, and my husband and I have been sleeping on a blow-up mattress in the lounge for the last, I don't know, 2.5 weeks, which is why all my facial serums and that's in the lounge. So anyway, I digress. So the rosemary in itself, I remember before I started using doTERRA, years ago, I was a professional dancer many years ago, and when I used to go for my massages, they used to use lemongrass and rosemary in carrier oil to help relax and soothe the muscles. So when you start, if you are someone who wants to get back in to exercise after having taken a break. So I went for my first yoga session yesterday morning, for the first one in 3 weeks, as you can imagine, or maybe 2 weeks. But my body, I was just kind of preempting that my body was going to get just a little bit, sore. I wasn't going to push it too hard, but I know that some people have these beautiful New Year's resolutions that they want to get stuck into the gym. And so popping some rosemary into your fractionated coconut oil and just massaging the body. Remember, you want to go from the fingers through up the arm towards the heart, and from the bottoms of the feet, stroke all the way up the legs so that you're working your way up towards the hips and above. So you're assisting any lymphatic drainage and just kind of helping the body detox. And you can just use, like, if you were to just check out, I'm just going to be stroking the legs upwards like this, right? So this is what I kind of showed the participants, always stroking it up. And so when you're using your rosemary oil, it smells really beautiful and herbaceous, and the aroma of rosemary in itself is very soothing and relaxing. And so I put it in the diffuser and I use lime with her. So rosemary and lime together. Oh, just incredible. Incredible. Anyway, we're going to be talking about lime in a second, but with rosemary in itself, you can also pop her in your shampoo. She's going to help support any dry or brittle hair and leave the hair looking just really lush and thick and beautiful. Sometimes you may, or some of us have been swimming in the ocean quite a bit over the silly season. And so having, a little bit of extra support for your hair that may be a bit dry and brittle, that's a really good way to support the hair. I think it's the augmentary system. I don't know if I've said that right, but rosemary also promotes digestion. So if you were, let me just get rid of this little guy here, close. So if you wanted to, I know that most of us use Digestion on the belly, and you can rub it clockwise, and that's a really beautiful way to support digestion. But if you add a drop of rosemary with that little concoction and rub it on your belly clockwise, it's going to help and support your digestion as well. You could, if you're game, put a drop of rosemary or half a drop of rosemary in some water. So what I do with my rosemary to support my digestion, or what I'm going to do, is I have my chicken stock all ready to go, or my bone broth, or whatever floats your boat, whether it's a vegetarian stock as well. So I'll pop it into the slow cooker, all my bones, and I will slow cook that for about 2 days. And with every cup that I warm up, or any of those ice, because I actually take my bone broth and then I let it cool and I pour it into ice trays. So I've got a few of those, and then I pop it into the freezer, and every morning and every evening I just snap one of those little blocks, those little ice cubes off, put it into some warm water and drink that in the morning and the evening. That's going to support healthy gut. A healthy gut. It's going to support my skin. It's going to support my joints and my bones, so just really giving my body that extra support as we head into 2018. And then what I do is I take a drop, if it's a really big mug, 1 drop, or even take the head of a toothpick, and just kind of dip the bottle over, and then just stir the toothpick in that beautiful broth, and drink that. So that's going to support your healthy digestion as well. Right, so back to the lime. Putting lime and rosemary together in a diffuser smells amazing, but lime is incredible. So lime is a part of the citrus family. It's known for its purifying properties, but it's also very well known for its ability to cleanse internally. So, when we start to look at the way our kidneys detox and our livers detox, knowing that using lemon or lime, I like to kind of mix them up. And so I'm going with lime this year or next year, for the beginning of next year. I want to use a little bit of lime in my water every morning. So nice warm cup of water, first thing in the morning, 1 drop of lime oil. Beautiful. Yeah. So it's also, because it's going to cleanse my insides, it's going to help with my immune function, because as you know, that if we have any sorts of blockages, and I'm talking physical blockages and emotional blockages, we tend to suppress the immune system. So we want to get everything kind of flowing and working really well. So to reap these internal benefits, you could add that drop of lime to your water. Know that you can do that with warm water or cold water. It doesn't matter. I just like warm water better. And it's going to also support your body to, I suppose it provides an antioxidant support. Yeah. The other things that I've actually been doing quite a bit of, to be honest, is when we go out, I always have a fizzy water, like a little, some Pellegrino or something like that, and I drop a drop of lime in there. So as we're going into January, we're not going to be having a glass of champagne every second or third day. And so using this lime, it gives me that same sort of feeling. It's quite jovial. Even though I've still got my dad here at the moment, we're still going to be enjoying time out and about. And so having lime with us, just to drop into our fizzy water, is a really nice little touch instead of continuing with the festivities. What else do I have written here? I've got... cleansing, I use lime. Also, you can use it as part of your spritzing. So it has the ability to really lift your mood. You may have the after holiday blues, or you may feel perhaps anxious to move into the new year. Maybe you've got a big year coming up. Use lime to help stabilize and bring your emotions back. It can uplift you. So it's really beautiful. A really nice little way to manage your mood. Now, the other thing is that when you are cleaning your home, you could use lime as instead of lemon once again. And as you're cleaning, you're breathing in the aroma of lime. So it's still going to have that same effect with and for you. You could use lime to help purify the skin and also the hair. So you can mix or blend your rosemary and your lime together in your shampoo. And what I've been doing a lot of lately is I've got my Castile soap with a little bit of lime. I pop either lemon or lime. Like I said, I'm just really into lime at the moment. So a little bit of lime in my Castile soap, and I've been using it as my facial wash. One of my friends yesterday asked me if the lime and Castile soap was too drying for my skin, and no, it's perfect for my skin. However, my dad was saying that he's experiencing a little bit of dryness of the skin, so I took some fractionated coconut oil, just a tiny bit, added it to the little solution, and it seems to have brought some hydration to the skin. So it's really, really good. Yeah, really good. You could also, if you've got the Home Essentials kit, you could add tea tree also, which is known as Melaleuca. You could add that to your facial cleanser as well as your shampoo, along with the rosemary and lime. It's just really, really, really beautiful. But I'll put a little note at the bottom of this post as well with the blog spotlight from doTERRA on lime essential oil. And then the final oil that I spoke about or was going to speak about is Litsia. Okay, Litsia. It is just incredible. It pops. It's an incredible smell. Litsia is an oil that, I don't know, I was reading up about it the other day, and it's one of those oils that is quite strong to help you manifest and set intentions. So I thought it only natural that emotionally I would include it in my 2018, little my new year, new you format. Oh my goodness. So new year, new you format. It's clean, it's sweet, it's fresh, it uplifts you, it helps to clear your mind and gives you some rejuvenated energy. So if not using it in your body wash, you could diffuse it. I use it in a little spritzer and just have been using it as my manifestation, as part of my manifestation blending. So I have a little spritzer. I'll show you where it is again. My little manifestation. So I'll be, just every hour probably, if I'm home, I'll just be doing. So really just reminds me of the intentions that I've set for the year. It brings me back to how I want to feel, because I've written all of that kind of stuff down, as I really recommend you do as well. How do you want to feel? And not just for 2018. I recommend doing this daily. How do I want to feel today? What's my intention for today? What do I want? What do I want to bring to my own life and to the lives of others? And once I set that intention, I seal it with my aromatic anchor, and that at the moment is Litsia. So, the wind just took it away. Anywho, so I'll continue to post a couple of little things as I remember them as the week goes on. I do want to share with you that these 4 products are available in your back office. The 4 products that start the new year, new you format that I'm, coining it as my own format. These 4 products cost $198 in your back office as wholesale customers. If you decide that that is something you would like to purchase in the next few days, so only up until and including the 31st of December, guys, I would love to gift you a bottle of Whisper, because every person in this world needs to use Whisper as their perfume. If I got $1 for every time someone said to me, "You smell amazing," when I was wearing perfume, Whisper as my perfume, I'd be rich, seriously. So this is how I think of this, right? By looking after my skin with Helichrysum, my hair and my nails, and the muscles in my body with Rosemary, by purifying and cleansing not only my skin, my hair, my space with lime, and by bringing in some serious, full-on, happy, joyful and lovely intentions and manifestations with Litsia, then it's only natural that I'm going to want to wear something that makes me feel beautiful and that smells really sweet and inviting and feminine. And that's really something that I want to embody as part of my intentions for the new year. And I'd love to gift you a bottle. I think it costs about $40 or $45. I can't remember. And so if that's something you'd like to do between now, and so that's the 29th of December and the 31st, so that's 2 days, then please just send me an email. Let me know you've processed your order and I will post this to you. I've got a bunch of them downstairs waiting for homes. All right. So thank you so much. I'm sorry this went on a little bit longer than I expected, but I hope that you've learned something about those 4 oils. There are 4 oils that we don't really talk about too much. And I welcome you to respond to this email or this post, however you've received this message, with any questions that you have about the oils or my practices or anything at all. Mwah. Bye.